All right, Arsenal is going to be taking on a team known as Club Brugge in the Jan Brugge Stadium in Belgium that capacitates 29,042 people in there. And here we come here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football to break down this game, as we've always gone ahead to do this in here, always. So, what are you going to be doing? Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is the name. And we are here to get into match day 6 of the Champions League. And what Arsenal is expected to bring on the table of these teams in there for you. Now, some of the facts that you need to know about this beautiful game of football are here. The head-to-head. Club Brugge on the Champions League table at 27th, and Arsenal is topping the table. They are the first. Total points, Club Brugge has 4 points in all the 5 games they've gone ahead to play, and Arsenal are having 15 points in all the 5 games they've gone ahead to play, meaning that they've gone ahead to register maximum points. Goals scored, Club Brugge has scored 8, Arsenal has gone ahead to score 14 goals in there for you. From there, 13 goals conceded by the club of Club Brugge. Arsenal has gone ahead to concede 1 goal. 44 shots for Club Brugge, 21 on target, 23 off target. Arsenal have a total of 58 shots, 35 are on target and 23 are off target. And 12 shots have been blocked by the opponents of Club Brugge, and Arsenal have had 15 of their shots towards the goal of the opponent blocked. Club Brugge average a passing accuracy of 85.24%, and Arsenal average a passing accuracy of 83.2%. Now, over the weekend, Club Brugge went ahead to beat St. Trudaine by 3 goals to 2. Arsenal lost to Aston Villa by 2 goals to 1. Their last game they played in the Champions League, Arsenal went ahead to beat Bayern Munich by 3 goals to 1. And Club Brugge lost to Sporting Lisbon by 3 goals to 0. Or the game they played over the weekend, they lost 3-2 in there for you. So they were beaten, and their manager, by the way, has just gone ahead to obviously get sacked. So the new manager bounced, and the manager has really gone ahead to be replaced, meaning that they're really targeting what you call a new manager bounce, something that I don't think will obviously work out in the favor of this side, because I want to let you know that teams are really tough. A team known as Arsenal is the best team in Europe. You know, when you put together the injuries that Arsenal is really having and what they've gone ahead to achieve, I tell you, it is really punching even above their weight, because it's very hard for a team to have such injuries and still continue to perform as they are performing in there. So that is the club of Arsenal in there for you. So we go to the team news. For the club of Arsenal, Saliba, Trossard, Declan Rice didn't train with the club today, meaning that they join the rest of the players that are really injured in here. And you can talk about a player called Gabriel and Kai Havertz. But it looks like the rest of the players are really here. So we wait to see. For Club Brugge, Leko risks being without his 2 first-choice goalkeepers. That is ex-Liverpool veteran Simon Mignolet. Oh, he is even still in goal, because I really remember way back being a goalkeeper at Liverpool. He's overstretching and holding Gyokeres. He's having a rib fracture in there. Centre-back Zaid Romero is also out. Midfield duo Lynette Oda is having a muscle injury, and Ludovic Reis is having a shoulder injury. Striker Romeo Vermette is having a concussion. And obviously, that 21-year-old centre-back, Joel Odozeni, has been linked to Liverpool, while the 20-year-old midfielder and Alexander Stankovic, son of Inter Milan winner Dejan Skandovic, is said to be on the ladder of Tottenham Hotspur. Those two might come in through to represent, but the other ones are totally out of the squad. Arsenal is really looking to win this game of football. And remember, they need to do the needful. Now, we head into what we call the probable starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. And the system is 4-3-3. And we head into the probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal. Now, in goal, obviously, it's going to be David Raya. Obviously, trying to keep another clean sheet because he had kept 4. And against Bayern Munich, that record was really terminated by that goal that was scored by Bayern Munich in there. So, and by Carl, went ahead to score the leveler in there after Leandro Trossard gave them the lead. From there, we obviously get to the right back. I think Benjamin White will maintain his position in there as the right back for the club of Arsenal. Left back, I think it's going to be Lewis Skelly in there for you. He'll come in through and really be played as a left back. Left-sided centre-back, I think it's going to be a player known as Hincapi coming in through to put in a very huge shift altogether. And right-sided centre-back, this is where I think the manager is obviously going to be doing this, bringing in Ricardo Carafiori. Not because Julian Timber is injured, but if you are wise enough, you have to understand that it's not going to be a game where you would like to front your only flexible player in that entire back line. You understand? Because he can play as a left back very well, he can play as a right back very well, and he can play as a right-sided or left-sided centre back very well. That is Julian Timber. So I think after going in through to play close to 90 minutes against a team known as Aston Villa, and you prepare to host Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's better to try out these two left-sided, left-footed centre backs into that centre back partnership in there. And it won't be the first time that the manager of Arsenal is going to have to do this, because I remember very well when he played Jakub Kiwior and a player called Gabriel Magalhaes in the central defense, both left-footed, and they played really very well. You understand? They even went ahead, obviously, with the game of Newcastle. That was really hard for them. So I 100% believe that the manager will go ahead and really think about it. If not, he might bring in a Julian Timber. But again, even if a Julian Timber comes in through to do the needful, he might really not play 90 minutes. And it will depend on what the manager wants. If he wants to win the game immediately, he might go strong and say, I'm going with my strong 11. Then later, I'll rest these players after I really collect my points. CDM, I think Nogard, it's high time he really got in some minutes in his legs as a CDM for the club of Arsenal for Martin Zubimendi to be rested. And that is it, as he has played lots of games. And if he's rested for a week, and he comes in through and really plays against Wolves, I think those days will be enough for him to really recharge his batteries as he prepares for the upcoming fixtures of Arsenal in the Premier League that are obviously coming in thick and fast. Box to box, I think I play a Mikel Merino in there with Declan Rice not trading with the team. That means he's not really okay, meaning that you have to bring in a Mikel Merino to play as a box-to-box midfielder into the team. The number 10 position, I'll field a player known as Martin Odegaard in there for you to play into that position. Box-to-box midfielder in there. I'll bring in a Martin Odegaard. For him, I think he has been out for some months. I think he was out for like 2 months, not kicking the ball for the club of Arsenal. And now, I think he deserves more playing time to obviously get to his best. He's playing really very well, but I don't think that he's back to his best. We talk about the right forward. I think I'll go Noni Madueke, Noni Madueke to play as right forward. Rest Bukayo Saka again, and obviously start him over the weekend. Then left forward, I obviously go with Gabriel Jesus. That is it, no doubt. I go with Gabriel Jesus to be played as a left forward in there for you to see to it that he really gets in some huge minutes as he goes to kick a ball for Arsenal for the very first time in almost a year. Leading the line, I go with Victor Gyokeres because I need him to obviously get into this mode and really score against this side to see to it that he goes ahead to really score more goals. Remember, he only has 2 goals in the Champions League. If he gets one more, that will be something great for the man known as Victor Gyokeres. So that is my probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal as they jet straight to go into what we call the match day 6 of the Champions League in there for you, as they want to keep him, to continue keeping their record clean and fresh in there. We get to what we call the head-to-head stats. Club Brugge have faced 12 different English sides in European competition, but this will be their first against Arsenal. The Belgian side have only won 1 of their last 18 matches against English oppositions. That is 3 draws and 14 losses, although that win did come in the UEFA Champions League last term, 1-0 versus Aston Villa in November 2024. So they've lost a lot, but last term they went ahead to beat Aston Villa by 1-0 when they hosted them. Arsenal's last defeat against Belgian side came in October 1981 against KFC Winterslag in the UEFA Cup. Having gone unbeaten in their last 9 matches since then, 7 wins and 2 draws, such matches. So they've gone ahead to go 9 matches without losing against Belgian side. They've won 7, they've drawn 2. They are also unbeaten in their last 4 away matches against Belgian sides, 3 wins and 1 draw since that loss to KFC Winterslag in 1981. So they really have a very huge record when they're playing against these sides. Club Brugge has conceded 24 UEFA Champions League goals in 11 games in 2025, with only Barcelona 27 in 13 conceding more. They've also faced the joint most shots on target, 73, and most expected goals against, 23.5 of any side. So they are really a highly conceding goal, and Arsenal might destroy them to pulps. Arsenal are the only side with a 100% win record in the UEFA Champions League this season, winning all 5 matches in European club history. The 4 English teams to win their first 6 games of a campaign are Man United in 1965 to 1966, Leeds in 1969 to 1970, Liverpool in both 2021, 2022 and 2024-2025 season. Man City in 2023-2024 season, they went ahead to win all the 6 opening games in there. Arsenal have won 6 of their last 7 away games in the UEFA Champions League. They've lost 1 that was against Inter Milan, including both in the current campaign without conceding a goal. 2-0 against Atletico Bilbao, 3-0 against Slavia Praha. Only once previously have the Gunners won their first 3 games in a single edition of the UEFA European Cup and Champions League, doing so in 2005, 2006. So you hear the record, meaning that they're also chasing onto that record as the Gunners. Then Club Brugge have scored 3+ goals in each of their last 2 home UEFA Champions League matches this season, 4-1 against Monaco, 3-3 versus Barcelona. In European club history, the only Belgian side to do so in 3 home games in a row are Anderlecht between December 1967 and September 1972. Those were 4 games in there. Arsenal have won their last 9 UEFA Champions League game phase matches, scoring 27 goals and conceding just 3. The only side to win 10 group games in a row are Liverpool between September 2022 and January 2025. They won 12. Arsenal have given up an XG of just 2.59 in UEFA Champions League games this season, the smallest of any side, and have faced just 9 shots on target, also the fewest of any side. They've also given away just 5 big chances, 2 fewer than any other side. That is Arsenal for you. They are really doing this for fun. All 4 of Carlos Forbes' goals and assists in the UEFA Champions League this season have come on home soil for Club Brugge. 2 goals, 2 assists, assisting in both games. Only 3 players have assisted in their first 3 home Champions League games appearances. Boban in 1993 to 1994 at Inter Milan, Marian Histrova 1998, Bukayo Saka 2023 at Arsenal. So he goes ahead to really put in another record if at all he does it tomorrow. Gabriel Martinelli has scored in all 4 of his UEFA Champions League appearances this season. For Arsenal, no Ghana player has ever scored in 5 Champions League games in a row, while in major European competition, only 2 players have scored in more consecutively. Ian Wright in the 1994-1995 Cup Winners' Cup, he scored 8. Thierry Henry in the 1999 to 2000 UEFA Cup, 6. That is it. So that's what we have in here for the club of Arsenal. And for that, I call for my prediction in there. And you know what I'm telling you? I think Arsenal will win this one by 3-0. 3-0 is what I think Arsenal is obviously going to go in for. And I'm calling in for your predictions in the comment section below. This is Rokani David, on to what we call the Rokani Media Football. I've brought you the biggest of my thoughts of this game, Club Brugge versus Arsenal. And tell me your thoughts about this lineup. Who do you get in and who do you get out? Bye-bye.